Hello. It's the last Lucas Bouchard Fireside chat for this season, season 12. And we already know we have a season 13. And I'm fanning myself because I was writing vigorously because I had so much to write about when it comes to Lucas. Because my goodness, Lucas was in one, two, three, four, five scenes. Lucas was in five scenes, and two of those scenes were with the community, the whole community. How about that? Wow. Yes. Who wrote it, Lucy? Is it Lindsay who wrote this one? Let me just say. This scene this episode I liked. I liked it a lot. It's the first episode where Lucas had so much screen time. I think it ran close to when they had the whole rope the calf scene, that episode. So, yes, Lindsay did write it. And I liked it. Thank you, Lindsay, for this episode. It was good. So, let's see. It was a all around excellent, in my opinion. Of course, it has hiccups, but all around excellent episode, which I will talk about tomorrow because this is dedicated just to our Lucas Bouchard. So, Susan, yes, Susan, I wanted to point this out. We all noticed this. Lucas was happy and smiling and dancing. Well, all right. This is the first time in all of the episodes that Lucas, the entire time, was smiling and charismatic as always. Yes. Unfortunately, they did a little bit of telling us and not showing us, but you know how that goes. Yes, Carrie, thank you. He did. He did. It was good. Yes, yes, yes. Let me put that there. Okay, so you liked it, Nikki? I liked it too, Roxanne. Was happy to see Lucas included in the community events. Yes, yes, and yes, yes, and some joking, lots of teasing. So let's just first talk about that. I saw, and when I say five scenes, some of them were extended. Like there were five scenes. One, two, three. Did I have it? One, two, three, four, five. Yes. The first scene, what I like about it is that he's with everybody in the whole community looking at all of the children's work. And of course, he gets to have an actual scene and a conversation with Elizabeth and the Miss Thornton and Governor. And, I love how they all address each other so formally. And even later on, she's like, we can drop that stuff. We're not, at school or in, public. We're being friends here, which I thought was a good line. But anyway, he's there and then with everyone, but then they also have these little side conversations that he was involved in, and it was just so pleasant. I really liked how he was part of the graduation scene. Yes, Henry was not in this one at all. So what I found interesting, that people were like, why is it in the saloon? Why is it not outside like it normally is? And I think a lot of you have guessed this by now, and this is more for a topic of tomorrow. It's supposed to be summertime because they had, after the last episode 11, they advanced, and moved ahead. So the time frame is a little different than it normally is. It's actually like late October, probably very early November, that they were filming these scenes, and it's very cold out there, cold, wet, and that's why they probably brought it inside because of the weather and the temperature. Very good. Yes, Carrie, I see what you're saying. So they were trying to pretend it was summer when it wasn't. It was cold out there, and they were out there with no coats. Kathy says, what's with him / her being so formal with Mrs. Thornton and Governor? It's because the kids were around and they both wanted to show respect. Yes. And they kind of even address it. Like I said, the next time that all happens again, when they all address each other, Elizabeth goes, we don't have to be so formal. You know what I mean? This is us in a like a simple conversation amongst friends. Okay, so this is what I really, really, really enjoyed the most, is Edie and Lucas playing cards. And I see some people are putting this out. Lucy is. I liked it. And then if you notice, they had a reserved table. Like when she walks in and the graduation's going on, he said, we don't have our reserved table. And she's like, that's okay. And then they go and they dance, which I thought was great. And I'm glad it was not a slow dance. I'm glad it was something fun and upbeat, and that there's this whole flirting that's going on, but not so intense. Because then it wouldn't be believable. Although it uh, some time has passed, months have passed, and they have been playing cards, and she's like slouched in her chair. She's really relaxed. The way they joke, he even teases back at her, when she talks about finding the pot of gold. And I liked how, well, not liked, but Hallmark likes to mislead you. Hallmark's not the only one with little clips, and you think it's going to go one way when it's going to go another. And the way the clips for advertising the scenes were, they look like Edie was kind of like, oh, let's find the gold. But what she really was saying was, let's find the gold to return. And would you help me? And, well, he says he wants to help her. And it was just, I don't know, just how they had a very comfortable conversation. I like the two of them together. There are people that were out on social media saying we're not idiots, or don't insult our intelligence. Those two can never be a couple. Please do not speak for me. I am lumped into the Chris McNally and Lucas Bouchard fan club, and it's not our fan page that did this. It was out on X. I very much like Edie and Lucas together. I have from the get-go. Anyway, this is my fancy glass. This is just lemonade. Let me have a sip because I'm toasting to a happy Mr. Bouchard. Mm. So anyway, I'm picking up on all the little, funny jokes that they have for each other. She finds the gold, and there was a finder's fee, like so many of us said. You love Jennifer, Lucas, and Edie. So do I. And here's what I really love, because it's like they finally are writing the Lucas that we love. Right away, he puts Rosemary, who gets all, oh, what were you trying to do? Steal it. And all four shut her down, Bill and Nathan, as well as Lucas. And I loved how Lucas was really adamant and strong about it. No, we're doing the right thing here, as did Edie say. And I love how he sticks up for her. And then the whole writing on the paper, and she, puts it over the heat, Edie, and realizes there's a message for her. And she's so choked up that she can't finish. And Lucas goes around and finishes for her and reads it for her. And they're good friends. I like that they're good friends. I'm loving this. Lucas has a good friend other than who we never get to see anymore. Poor Henry, I like Lucas and Edie together. They are at a very comfortable stage. They are. And she has to share a table, in a desk rather, in Bill's office, which I think is great. She's part of the law office. Kathy says, I love Lucas and Edie together. I love how Lucas sticks up for Edie and wants to protect her and help her. Yes, me too. And I like how she is on the up and up, like, because she gives him the coin and says, this will be my retainer. And he wants her to work with him, be part of his team, which somebody had guessed along the way. And, then for them to have a little fun together, she's like, well, we can't mix business and pleasure. And he says, you're fired. And she goes, am I fired? And he's like, for the duration of the dance, which is just all so cute. It's so, how about when he says, at your service? Remember, this is Lucas, I'm at your service. And I thought, oh, somebody went back, Lindsay, and borrowed from the beginning. Yes, Mary. She trusts Lucas, and Lucas wants to trust Edie. Yes, and a yes. Yes. Carrie, they fit like gloves. They do. And them having fun. Yes, this was a really breath of fresh air. It really was. I liked it. And I liked, the dancing, all of it. It's just, I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was good. And I'm looking forward to what can be, like him staying and being governor, maybe having his running again and she helping him out. There being, she's going to be in town. She's part of the law office. And she's got to share with Bill, which I think is great. I don't know. They left off in a good spot for him. So I'm excited for the future. And of course, we all know there's a season 13 and there'll be more Lucas and Edie. And I think that's a great thing. Yes, Cindy, the at your service was a nice nod to the past. It was. Kathy, did Edie ever get introduced to the rest of the community since she hasn't been involved in any community events either throughout the season? She has. They've talked about her. People know who she is. It kind of like was a tell, not show kind of thing. And they did that a couple places here and there. Um, Hello. It would be fun to see them go on a date and have her all glammed up just to see Lucas's face. You know what? That is cool. That is true. But I think that Lucas likes her face just the way it is. He's very intrigued by her and who she is. And I loved how um the uncle described her like she's the best of all of them, the most intelligent with the best heart. I love that he described her that way, and I hope we don't forget this when they try to change characters down the road. Yeah, I like the fact that Lucas and Edie both seem to be accepted by the whole community. Yes, Lindsay is finally realizing how important Lucas is to the show. Well, listen, Susan, I think Lindsay always knows that. They always say it. But like I told you, they just didn't know how to write it. They admitted that basically themselves. I think they were struggling to just struggling to figure out what to do and where to go. And if you see, I don't know how political has he ever really been since he's been governor. And how about the irony of it all is that he's in town and Elizabeth's going to be out of town. That's quite ironic, right? Yes. So, yeah. When Lucas gets reelected, maybe there will be a governor's ball and he will take Edie as his date. Maybe. I really like Lucas with Edie. So do I. So some cool stuff was even before the show at 8:30, I checked the trending numbers. And by 8:30, they already had they were already trending with numbers. Trending, they could say trending, but they were trending with numbers. And what was it by 8:30? Certain hashtags already had like 6,000. So I don't know what it was in the end, but Chris McNally, Lucas Bouchard, and they had the special one, which was which one was it? The one where was not the treasure one. I think it was it the treasure? I think it was the treasure one that were all doing well. Yep. By 8:30, it was a little over 5,000 for Chris McNally. And Lucas is a treasure had over 3,000. That was the one. So that was good. I'm excited for that. So one day when I get I don't want to say the word blessed. I don't know what the word is, but one day when Chris McNally has time and he picks the day of his choosing and he lets me know and he's on, we'll have all kinds of questions for him whenever that day may be. I don't know what that day is. I'm just saying, but it'll be fun. Lucas's golden no, Kathy, he's a treasure. All right, let's see what some of you are having to say. Hello, Jerry. Jerry Lynn, I observed when Lucas spoke with Elizabeth Nathan beside her. When he told her about teacher conference, Elizabeth's shoulder moved towards Lucas, like thinking automatically wanted to hug Lucas. Oh, maybe. And I think if she did, she would have. I feel like her character is comfortable enough around Nathan that she would have. They will left us this episode that could go anyway. So do you feel there will be a season 13? And there is, Robin. They already announced it. They announced it halfway through. Yep, there is a season 13. After Hallmark announced it, Krakow, she was wearing this beautiful, almost this color sweater and said, oh, on Instagram. So they've known that they had a season 13. They did announce it already. Lucas might become even more important to Hope Valley. We do not know how long Elizabeth will be gone. Maybe Edie will get more screen time to show her good heart. Yeah, we have to remember Elizabeth is the star. I love Lucas and Edie together. They're enjoying being together, having fun. And I was so happy seeing him smiles. The entire episode, he was smiling from ear to ear. So I was like, yay. And I was thinking to myself, a lot of what they focused on as it politically for him had already sort of come to an end. I didn't know what they were thinking of for this episode. And this episode really had nothing major to do with him politically. It was more about him personally and the building of the relationship. I feel like I'm all wrinkled and messed up here. Between Edie and Lucas, which I enjoyed. And I was happy it was written that way. Let's see. Maybe now Lucas will improve the Hope Valley Clinic so it can better meet their needs of all the citizens. Yes, that is something on his agenda. He said healthcare and education and the trains, and we know the trains are better. And he talked about education in this episode. So we know that's a focus, and that would be a good idea, bringing it back to Hope Valley. That's a good idea. Yep. Yes, I agree. Be her coming back. Hopefully they can give Miranda better writing next season. I think that they gave Miranda, I don't know. I liked what they wrote for Miranda. I liked what they wrote for Edie. I didn't always like what they wrote for Lucas, but I did I do like their relationship. I think it's going in the right direction. Let's see, Lillian. Rather understated renewal announcement, just a commercial. I was surprised. I expected Erin to come on at the end and announce it. She was all over Instagram. It was almost simultaneously. She was on Instagram making her announcements. She wasn't on the channel. You're right. Who knows? There could have been like filming constraints or something. I don't know. Yes, love seeing his happiness for a change, and this could lead to a good future in Hope Valley for Lucas. It would be nice if they could build up the clinic a little. Yes, and I think, that's all just more for what comes for next year. Yeah, and I'm excited to see how and where this goes. My hope is that since they listen apparently to what some of us say, that they take it into consideration and maybe they could fix their writing. I think it would be nice. Like, I strongly believe that if they had gone with, let's say, the whole little Jack being ill storyline, and little by little, let's sneak pieces of it in as the whole season went along, I think that would have been a better, I don't know, a better overreaching, that's what we call it in school. I'm trying to think of, you know what I mean? Like the whole over the arc of the season, that's the word. Instead of the gold, because the gold was like a hit or miss. I don't know. They struggle with that and the intertwining of the stories. And when I think about it, the whole thing with Ava and Wyatt and with all the time that was spent on that, it just didn't fit. But we've discussed that before, and that's more for tomorrow. I just think that characters like Lucas and Edie and Minnie and Joseph and Mike and May, they need, and Lee and Henry, they need more screen time. And before we give it away to other storylines that really don't kind of like fit, we should focus on them. They've set it up where they can. All right, Lillian, I'm praying for better wardrobe for Edie next season. No, I liked her wardrobe. Thought it was fitting for who she was and what she was, supposed to be. Arlene. Funny Lucas found that penny jar. It was high up on the shelf. No way Edie could have gotten that off the top shelf, right? Unless she stood up there or used a ladder of some sort. Down to earth, challenging, and fun. Edie is so perfect for Lucas. Lucas will bring what little Jack needs to Hope Valley. He will help his little buddy. Okay. Is the governor's official office in Hope Valley now? Lucas is never in Capital City anymore. Glad he is around in Hope Valley. Nope, it's not. He just rather spend his time there. Remember, he got out of capital city because of the trial, and they were trying to bombard his office with, questions about the trial, and they did mention the trial a few other times, and I guess they mentioned it in passing so that we kind of jogged our memory as to why he's in Hope Valley, and that's what he did. He went back home, and I guess everybody's too dumb. If they really wanted to get a story from him, they couldn't drive over into Hope Valley. I don't know, but that's where he is. And they have difficult time trying to set and reset in reality the set for him being in capital city, and it was just easier, I guess, for them that way. Less extras they had to hire, they had said before. It seems like some of the kiddos may not be back next season. Example, Angela at the beginning when Elizabeth said to me, finally stated his feelings for Emily. That was interesting on the flight. And I suspected it by little looks that they gave. But the funny thing is that they didn't show us it. They told us it. As for Angela, I had the actress on. Vienna was on our guest and my guest. And I don't guess you didn't see that, Robin. Was a couple episodes back. It wasn't the last podcast I did, the one prior to that. And she'll be back. She said that she'll be back, on weekends and whatnot, the character. So I agree that the core cast, who have mostly been with the show for the duration, deserve more screen time instead of the rabbit holes they go down, bringing the storylines that go nowhere. Yeah, I agree, Robin. I just love seeing the happy Lucas. I do too. And what happened to the Edwin confrontation that Lucas and Lee were supposed to have? A confrontation? I thought they were just going to talk to him and that was like kind of going to be it. Like we're done kind of, or he's done kind of thing. Like he's just going to do executive orders, just do it. That was that little conversation with the four men sitting around together. I guess that happens off screen, remember? Like I said, there's too much telling and not enough showing. Yes. So that is it. We ended season 12 with a very happy Lucas and a little flirty and fun. And not only did we get to see him laugh and smile and interact with the community on two separate occasions, we also got to see him like smile and dance and actually share scenes with Elizabeth. Oh my. So yeah, he did. He just disappeared off the screen. Just sort of like his cousin. All right. I always say the writers need you to I love the show development of Edie and Lucas's relationship, but it will be nice when one day when she lets her hair down and takes off her glasses on an unofficial date with Lucas, maybe. People keep saying that, and what if that's what she never takes her glasses off because she has to wear them at all times? I know it's like a metaphor, but it's like such an old-fashioned metaphor to me. And you're right. I hope that they get to go out on a date and she gets to wow him. Remember when Elizabeth and Lucas went on a date? Remember that first story, because this is a second story. And when she came out with that dress on and he saw her, and he looked over and said, wow, she was beautiful. He's used to seeing her dress, but she was dressed up. They could have a moment like that, but I like it that he's just might be so attracted to her. That's who she is, what he's getting to see. He saw her muddy. He saw her, riding, he being Edie. He's been playing with her. She was kind of relaxed. Her suit was kind of like softer and she was like sitting off to the side. We haven't seen that, but I'm sure they've seen it. We don't always get to see Lucas relaxed either. Although he was looking mighty fine when he was helping pick that calf up and carry it, and his hair got all disheveled. That was lovely. All right. Thank you, Roxanne. Looking forward to more Hardys, and of course, our amazing Lucas and all one. Because okay, very good. Maybe Ned can invent. Maybe, where is it? Hold on. I like Edie's glasses. Maybe Ned can invent contact lenses. I know. All right, D. I hope Lindsay's writing continues on the path of including more of Lucas after she reads how happy fans were. I think it would take away from her character if she lets her hair down and glasses off. Not to say she does let her hair down and her glasses off when she's playing cards. And I feel like she slips that in every now and then, the way she teases him and the little things that she says. So he does see that. That is her letting her hair down and taking her glasses off, but I understand people, I guess, want a more romanticized whatever. I mean, I hope we get to see Lucas in suspenders and a shirt instead of the suits always buttoned up to his neck. You know what I mean? Like, loosen up. All right. Lucas has had some interesting times with Edie doing things he hasn't done in a while. I agree. I agree. We better see Lovers Tree next season. Lovers Tree next season. What is Lover's Tree? Am I missing something? Help me out there. We better see Lover's Tree next season. Not sure. Lucas likes her just the way she is. She's very transparent. She is. And I agree. That's what I was trying to say. Very refreshing. No game playing there. And they both drink whiskey and they both play cards. And yes. Oh, it was on the map, the treasure map. I got it. I get it now. You're right. I hope we get to see more of that treasure map. I hope she never throws it away because there's a message on the back of it, which I think is so cool. Lucas is attracted to her as a whole being and her heart, along with her full educational background, and she's very intelligent and real. Yes. Lots of beautiful, sexy women wear glasses. And Angel and everyone else that's here, I forget even now who's saying this. I think it was like the metaphor of take your glasses off, hair down kind of thing. But we see that already. We can't get all caught up in the trappings, I guess, of who she is. That old saying, guys don't make passes at girls who wear glasses, is not true. I wear glasses and my husband pursued me until I let him catch me. Which is funny. You see me wearing glasses all the time, but I don't wear glasses all the time. I only wear them to like see up close and for things like this. I would love to keep my glasses off because they actually hurt my eyes after a while. But the truth of the matter is that the I have so much screen time that I have a visual impairment from it, from all the COVID time I had to spend as a teacher on the screen. And it's actually a neurological thing. So the glasses help with it. All right. Okay, so this is it. Tomorrow we will do the final question for the Andrea game. We will also recap the entire episode and talk about everything. Not tomorrow, but in the future, I do have some When Calls the Heart cast still coming on to discuss. So although I do this on Monday nights, I allow my guests to choose what day they want to come on. Sometimes they want to come on the Monday nights and sometimes they want a totally different time, but I'll post that. So that will be coming in the future. But after a while, not after a while, after that, I'll take a little break from When Calls the Heart, so to speak, and we'll come back to it. Yes, we will. Before you know it, it'll be time for them to be filming again, right? All right, friends, unless you have a question or something you want to say, I am ready to wrap it up. It was good. Let me fan myself because I was like so excited. I got a little hot. Let me fan myself. One last fan for the for the season. And if everything goes okay, I probably am leaning towards, our Lucas Bouchard chats again next season. We'll see. You never know what life holds for you, right? Okay. Good night, everyone. Yes, I love Kate Spade's products, all her things, by the way. I was very happy with the finale. Thanks for the chat. Yes, for the first time in a while, I'm looking forward to next season. Yes. Hi, Dee. Good night, Dee. Yes. Oh, you're welcome. It was like nothing big. It was quick. Hope you're feeling well, Lillian. All right. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.